talk for a minute? Baby, can we talk for a minute? Can we talk for a minute? Can we talk for a minute? Baby, can we talk for a minute? Can we talk for a minute? Let's just talk for a minute. Let's talk about the way we've been living. Shooting this podcast, trying to make a difference. We could talk about your goals, or let's talk about your vision. We could talk about the foul way that people have been living.
What's going on, everybody? This is Mikkel with Let's Talk with Mikkel McTappet. Today our special guest is...
You got me on the show. It's Jason Hill. That's what they call me.
All right, Mr. Jason, before we get into the questions, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Jason Hill. I'm right here from Jacksonville, North Carolina. I'm a master barber, educator, serial entrepreneur, hustler. I'm a hustler. You know, we're here finally on Let's Talk. So I want to talk about me a little bit.
Let's do it.
Or, man, I was born here. I didn't leave the area till like what 98, 99. 99, ended up going to Durham, North Carolina. Beautiful city. But from Jacksonville, it was like a totally different world, you know. But man, the good old days. I wasn't barbering then though. Wasn't cutting hair. I didn't get turned on to that until a little bit later. But I was definitely making some mistakes. Definitely making some mistakes.
By mistakes, what you mean?
Man, when you sit back and look at it, I was wasting money, wasting time, out here running around in the streets making bad choices. You know, supposed to been up there going to school, and I'm doing everything but going to school, but going to class. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was fucking up bad.
Yeah, but look at you now, successful.
It damn sure ain't come overnight. It didn't come overnight, but I think truthfully, the main thing that kept me going through it was a drive, a work drive that was crazy, and a work ethic that was out of this world. Whatever I wanted to do, whatever I did, I wanted to be the best at it. Whether it was in the streets or whether athletics, I wanted to try to do my thing, you know, or school, I wanted to try to be the best.
I know you say you had like a troubled past and all of that. So tell us a little bit about like your barbershops and stuff like that. Like how many barbershops do you own? Or I know you own a barber school, but how many barbershops you own from your past to now?
Nah, Mikhail, I didn't have like a trouble. I didn't come from a trouble home like that, man. Like I told you, like I made bad choices. You know what I'm saying?
So it wasn't your parents, it was
Nah,
you.
it wasn't my parents. It wasn't my parents at all. You know what I'm saying? Like anything that I got out extracurricular that I got out of the streets, I got out of it because I wanted to be there. It wasn't because it was because I should have been there because I ain't had no choice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that kind of rested in the back of my mind. You know what I'm saying? Because wanting to be authentic is definitely something that we kind of wanted to do from the beginning. You know that. You can attest to that. So wanted to be authentic and wanting to be the best kind of had me knowing that I had a timestamp out here in these streets. Like I knew I was gonna be the one that they ended up sending to jail. You know, they were ran on me.
Right. But you made it out, so you know you could tell your story now.
Yeah, we here. Let's talk.
Let's talk. Let's get to it. What got you into barbering in the first place? Was it always the plan, or did life lead you here?
Mm. So I feel like it was a little bit of both. I really feel like it was a little bit of both. Being from Jacksonville, North Carolina. First of all, there's no other place that you're gonna cut as much hair, period, than what you will in this city because of the grooming standards of the jobs that are here. So you're gonna get immense amount of practice. Now, remember I told you I was from here, born and raised. That nobody ever gave me an option like, hey, you could do this right here. Nobody ever pulled me to the side about that. You know, I left here in the IT field, like computer science. You know what I'm saying I didn't leave behind a pair of clippers. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right,
So when somebody turned me on to it, I was already in college, and they told me about it, and that's just I'm getting more any kind of money I'm getting. So you
right,
know,
right, right. So it's crazy you talk about this because I was on the internet earlier, probably yesterday, and they said barbers in Jacksonville cut the best hair. Is that true?
we should we get the most practice. We cut the best hair. You know what I'm saying?
By
But there's
practice.
a difference between, and they're gonna get mad, but it's a difference between a barber and a hair cutter, though.
So tell us what the difference is.
A barber is what you do for your community. Haircutting is what you do for the next haircut. You know, difficult to kind of explain, and this might not be necessarily the right platform to go in detail about it, but every barber that you knew that meant something in your life, like meant something to a group of people. You know what I'm saying? But the hair cutters that work at the barbershop or the street that might be there, might not. You really can't. They come and go, don't they?
Come and go.
They come and go. So I'd rather be a barber when it means something.
So I heard you say when we was coming in that you was a master barber. What's the difference between a master barber and just a barber?
I think so. If you classify all the good of what barbering is, I think operating at a higher level, at a, at a higher standard, might 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 suggest more so to a mastery level, you know. But I don't think it's anything more than just a heightened level of integrity. You know what I'm saying? If you know better, you do better. So if I know a rule, if I can see something, then why would I not? Why would I try to play like I'm blind? You know. So that's what I think. In my case,
Right. So before owning a barber school, what challenges did you face along the way?
hmm, before owning a barber school, man, trying to stay behind my chair, you're gonna be so tempted. You're gonna be so tempted to invest that money back in the wrong things, or you'd be so tempted to jump back in there and dabble a little bit. You'd be so tempted to trick that money off or waste that time. But staying disciplined, man, that's what's kept me being able to get to a barber school status. Staying behind my barber chair. You know what I'm saying? Stay behind that barber chair, making sure that I'm not can't true to my word, man.
So how long you been a barber for?
23 years,
What about an instructor?
11.
So out of all things, what made you want to open up a barber school instead of just cutting hair or owning a shop?
I want to change lives. Owning a barbershop allowed me to offer a barber chair to individuals to be able to feed their families. But I wanted to teach people how to feed their families. You know, if I'm renting chairs or if I have work, I'm only able to hire the people that are in the area. I'm only able to hire the people that come in for employment. But if I have a barber school, then I'm able to make a better quality coworker.
Right,
And it's
right.
not even an employee; it's a coworker because we all work together.
Like a family type
Yeah,
thing, huh?
man. No one man is bigger than the building. You know what I'm saying? Everybody pull their weight. Every piston work.
So how many barber shops do you own now?
Just one shop, one school, man. One 10 chair shop and a barber school.
So what was the biggest struggle you faced when starting your school, and how did you overcome it?
Mikhail, I think I'm still overcoming it. I think my biggest challenge when starting the school was stretching myself out too thin. You know what I'm saying? I think that was my biggest hurdle to get over. I think just recently, am I realizing that you it does you do yourself no good to stretch out so far. Just focus on what means the most to you.
So how long did you say you had your school for?
8 years.
8 years. Congratulations. That's major right there.
Day for day, bro. Day for day.
So how old do you have to be to start barber school, and do you need any prior experience?
No prior experience. Just the will to want to do it. The will to want to learn. But you can start barber school with parents' consent. You can start as a teenager.
If I'm not mistaken, you said your son is in barber school, right?
Yeah.
How old was he when he
When
started?
he started, I got him in it at 14.
And
I
he's
got him in and officially started recording his hours at 14. Now, you know, as a kid, as I sit him down with a book and make him read, go through a chapter or two. But actually recording his hours, practicing barber, he started at 14.
and is he still going now?
Yeah, yeah. In between his high school schedule. Yeah,
Okay. So what are the biggest benefits of becoming a barber, especially for young people looking for a career?
stability, stability, confidence, a heightened tax bracket. If you in company barbering with a regular 9 to 5 career, you can really take care of yourself. You can really take care of your family.
So what you're saying, you got to put in the work to get to that level, though, right?
No question. No question. That's an understatement. I don't think I would be where I'm at as successful as I've been in the streets or out of the streets without putting in work,
Discipline, huh?
discipline, man, and dedication. Dedication. Be dedicated to what you're doing. Be dedicated to what you're doing, and realize that if you out there, realize that you ain't gotta be. You can take that money and the best investment that you could ever make is in yourself.
So how long does it take to complete barber school and get your license?
You go full time, 9.5 months, just over 9 months. It's a clock hour program. You do about 1,528 hours. You go 40 hours a week. It'll take you a little over 9 months to do it.
So what about if you go part time? How long would it take you to complete it then?
It depends on how part of the time you do, But I've seen 12, 15, 18 months. Some programs, you do a community college, you do a part time, you might finish it in 18 months, a little bit more. I don't even think, man, I'm not even too a stickler to say, hey, man, you gotta come to my school, man. It don't matter what school you go to. Put this license in your wallet. You know what I'm saying? Put it under your belt. Take it with you. You know, just like it makes you a better. It'll make you a better person.
So say I go to your school and I wanted to move to Florida or wherever I wanted to move to. Like, how would it work me going to another state?
Once you're a registered barber in the state of North Carolina, they'll send a letter of reciprocity to the state that you want to go to. That state will honor that letter, and they'll give you a fee for your license. Once you pay that fee, you should get granted license in that state. You'll be on what's known as dual license. As long as you maintain your license in North Carolina, you'll be dual licensed.
So is it true like North Carolina is the toughest state to get your license in?
Yeah, we require the most hours, 1,528.
So can you make good money as a barber? And how does the income grow over time?
Yeah, I think you can. I think you can do pretty well as a barber. You can feed your family. Definitely feed your family.
That's what it's all about
Yeah,
now.
that's what it's about. That's the bottom line. Um, there is no salary cap. As well as you can do building relationships, as you can do just that well financially for yourself.
So it's kind of like barbering is kind of like being in the street, kind of sort of like for people in the street. You can just sit up there and cut hair and make money. What's the average haircut?
It depends on what area you at. For real, Mikhail. And this, in Jacksonville, we kind of different. You got some that are $4, and then you got some right around the corner that are $40.
I
You know
don't
what I'm
think I want
saying?
no $4 haircut.
Hey, bro. Hey. But yo, just so bugged out. You might get a better haircut in a $4 spot than you get for 40,
For real.
depending on who cutting it. And and that leads me to like where I'm at now. We got to have some sort of standard in my industry personally. Something like I care. You know what I'm saying? Where you as a consumer is you can trust that you're gonna get a certain level of service.
Right.
You know?
So can you go more into like what you mean by I care?
Mm. I think it's a mentality. It's like a mentality that you have. You kind of you give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Uh, You know, so if a person can ensure that if you care, I know that when I sit down in your barber chair, that you're not gonna really let me out of that chair until you feel like it's at a standard.
So that means you're not gonna have me walking around looking crazy, huh?
Exactly. I could trust that. I could trust that. And the I care mentality is a stamp that a consumer should be able to trust.
So what's the most important skill to have as a barber? Cutting hair or building relationships?
Building relationships. Building relationships. Cutting hair gets better and better with practice, with repetition. Building relationships is more lucrative and it compounds. It stacks. You know, you and I build a good relationship. The next cookout you have, you're going to invite me, and I'll probably meet two or three more people who like you. And I'll build a relationship with them that's compound.
So is it better to work in a shop, rent a chair, or start your own business after getting licensed?
Let me say this: you don't have to have license to start to open a barbershop. You don't have to have license to own a barbershop. You have to have license to work in the barbershop.
Right. But I think it'd be better to be licensed before you open, so nobody could tell you what they're going to do. Or more so, if like you want to flake on me, I still could cut the hair, right?
And you can still cut hair if you know how to cut hair.
But if I don't have a license, I'm just SOL, right?
So I know people that don't have license that can cut hair though.
Would you get a fine or something if
Absolutely, but that wasn't the question that you asked. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? I think that it depends on the person. If booth rental works out for them, and it depends on the person if commission works out for them. I think that commission shop is for people that are trying to get those reps in. That's commission. I think booth rental is more so for people who are trying to prize at the craft that they're doing or the work that they're doing. There's a certain level of pride at that. Being able to lock that in skill wise and relationship wise to be able to ensure that a person continues to keep coming back. That's an art.
so I hear you say booth rental and commission. Which one you think is better
From my standpoint,
from your standpoint?
for me, commission. For me, you know what I'm saying? But from a young barber standpoint, they might want to lean to more of a commission base too to be able to get those reps in. And then from that commission base, they build their brand of who they are.
Got it. So how can social media help barbers grow their brand and attract more clients?
So social media it's like your watch face, man. It's like everybody got one. They look at it at least 100 times a day. So social media is like going to be that way that you could really reach out to the majority of your community and the neighboring communities and inform them of your service, inform them of your prices. You can advertise to them.
While we on social media topics, where could the people follow you at that want to look for your stuff and how you get down?
Cool, cool. Um, well, you can catch us on Facebook or Instagram. My Facebook is Fadeblade King, FADEBLADE King. My Instagram is the same at Fadeblade King, again at FADEBLADEKING. Our school page is at HUBANC17. That's at Hubble NC17. That's my barber school page. Heads Up Barber Academics. My barbershop page is at Heads Up 115. We're located at 115 Western Boulevard, Jacksonville, North Carolina.
So when you say neighboring communities, do you have people that travel to come get their haircut?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. In that sense, yeah, I've had people travel from Durham, come down here get a haircut. Raleigh, Wilmington, New Bern. You meet people, you build those relationships. People patronize you. People look pretty loyal in other areas. But then, like, let's think about that word community too, because like you and I are both from here, like, and we both live here, but we don't share the same community. You know what I'm saying? So community don't necessarily have to be like 100-mile radius. So your community could just be the people within your circle of travel or of living of existence. As long as those people in that area in that community can depend on you, you service them to the best of your ability, and you there for them. And man, you a barber. You practicing barbering like a doctor practice medicine or a lawyer practice law.
So what's the biggest mistake new barbers make when starting out?
They won't stick with the basics, man. They won't stick with the basics. They won't stick with the stuff that they learn through that 9-month process. They won't stick with the razor work. They won't stick with any type of chemical work that they've learned. Stray away from the simple stuff. Try to get the home run. That kind of, I think that discourages them after a while. They're not able to make the money that they want to make. Don't really have the support system that they need to advance. I think that's discouraging for them.
So that razor work can get you paid then, huh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That razor work will put you in the game, man. You spend 9 months learning how to do a shave, a straight razor shave. So why when you graduate school, that's not what you advertise? That should be
Right,
in social
right.
media should be full of straight razor shave, hot towel shave, comfortable massage, facials, something that a person would enjoy. So they come in and they pay you that $25, that $30. That's fair market value for that, right? You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand if you learn that for 9 months. I don't understand how you can't come out and do at least 8 of those a day. You work an 8-hour day. You mean tell me you can't do 8 shaves?
How long is a shave?
You should be able to do a shave in 30 minutes. At least, at the most. At the most.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's not bad. 25 for 30 minutes.
Yeah. Imagine if you do it quicker. You get it done in 20 minutes. 15, 20 minutes. Remember repetition spawns speed. So, the more you're doing it, you do those 8 today. I can guarantee you tomorrow you probably get in 9 and 10 because you just did them yesterday. You already know, your razor work, your razor stroke.
So what's the craziest or the most inspiring success story you've seen from a student that went to your school?
Got one student that completed the barber program, turned right around and went into the cosmetology program and completed it. Now that student is an instructor. Got another student that has gotten licensed in North Carolina, and once they completed their registered barber license, they moved to another state, a whole different state, and cut hair and ended up opening a barbershop there. I watch these students pull up in these new cars or buy these houses, you know what I'm saying, where they actually completed school, they actually got their foot in a job, in a shop somewhere, and you can see growth on them. Christmas look good, you know what I'm saying, for them. So
That's like a proud dad moment, even
it's
though
a
they're
good
not your
feeling,
kids.
man.
Oh,
It's
that's
a good
that
feeling,
feeling.
man. It's a good
Yeah.
feeling, man.
So, what advice would you give to the young person who's thinking about becoming a barber but isn't sure if it's the right path?
Get it, get it, get it. You're not sure what you're gonna be doing when you're 30. Get it,
Right.
get it. It'll make life a little bit different.
So, but before we get out of here, man, I feel like there's a lot more we could talk about, but I'd love to have you back on another session. But before we cut it, I know you see I got a few signatures on the table, and I'd love for you to be one of the people that sign. If you don't mind, can I get your signature and date?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Tell a friend, let's talk.